Hello, welcome back to The Distinguished Geek. My name is Alex. So, I have a question for you. Who played Marty Mcfly in Back to the Future? Now, I can hear you all shouting at the screen. Have you been living under a rock? Maybe perhaps some of you are shouting something else I can't repeat on YouTube. But nevertheless, all in unison, I'm assuming you're giving the same answer, which is Michael J. Fox. Interesting. Shall we find out? So Back to the Future is an absolute classic, but the idea of a teenager time travelling in a car just didn't really hit it off for the studios. Almost every studio refused to pick up the movie, saying it was too immature, and Disney came back saying it was too inappropriate due to the whole Marty and his mum scene. You know the one. The film was passed from studio to studio almost over 30 times before finally being picked up by Universal. The film can't get on the way, and the characters casted. However, even with the green light, the film was still in jeopardy. I mean, can you imagine Back to the Future not existing in our lifetime? Now, Michael J. Fox undoubtedly was and is Marty Mcfly. But Robert Zemeckis, who directed the film, and Steven Spielberg, who produced it, went with Eric Stoltz, an amazing actor who has been in countless blockbuster films such as Memphis Belle and Pulp Fiction. After 5 weeks of filming, the cast and crew felt something was wrong. The film just didn't feel right, and it wasn't really that funny. Eric Stoltz didn't have that comedy element. Robert Zemeckis brought this to attention to Steven Spielberg and said he had to recast Marty Mcfly.
Great Scott!
Chris Lloyd, who played Doc Brown while attending the Wizard World Comic-Con, quoted,
"I remember the night we were working, doing the night sequence, when we first see the DeLorean and the chase. That whole sequence took 3 weeks at night, all night, and it was damp and misty and kinda drizzly. We have our lunch like around 1 in the morning, and one night we all came back to work, and Spielberg was there, the other suits and producers and all that, and Robert Zemeckis, or maybe it was Spielberg, got up to say they were replacing Eric Stoltz. It was a shock, because he didn't give a bad performance, he was very good, but he lacked a certain sense of comedy, a certain comic sense that they felt they had to have in a show. Even though it was over 6 weeks, which was unusual, usually it changed well before that. They shot 6 weeks, and finally after watching it daily, they decided they had to make the change.
I couldn't think of a more challenging situation for an actor to be told mid-filming you're just not right for the role. Now here's the twist. Even though Eric Stoltz was originally casted as Marty Mcfly, Michael J. Fox was always the first choice, but unfortunately he was already contracted to NBC's Family Ties, an American sitcom, and NBC was not prepared to let him go. But losing Eric Stoltz, Robert Zemeckis went back to NBC, and between them both came up with an absolutely crazy deal. Michael would film Family Ties during the week and then film Back to the Future on the weekends and nights. And when I mean nights, I don't mean a few nights a week. I mean absolutely every single night. Michael's schedule went from 0 to 88 miles an hour overnight. This means that Michael would do a day's filming of Family Ties and then get driven to the set of Back to the Future, where he would film his scenes throughout the night, sometimes finishing as late as 4 a.m, then getting driven back home, only to be picked up again at 6 a.m. and taken back to the set of Family Ties. There are reports that Michael only had 2 hours sleep a night, and through exhaustion, sometimes literally carried into bed, and this went on for 3 months. Ouch. Now, this whole recasting and reshooting was a very expensive decision for Back to the Future. It cost them over $3 million, but it certainly paid off because the film was budgeted for $19 million and it took over $381 million worldwide. Needless to say, a franchise was born. It's hard to fathom to think that this film has so much trouble trying to get off the ground, trying to convince the producers and the studios to make this film. I wonder if they brought this film to present day and brought the same concept to the studios and producers today. I wonder if they would have the same issue. Be really intrigued to know. But out of the 3 films, the first film is my favourite by far. It's the one that gripped me. It's the one that got me obviously hooked to the franchise, and I believe it's the one that has the best storyline. But please leave me a comment down below and just let me know what your favourite film out of the three are, and you know, if you have the same reason as me, but just intrigued to know. Lovely. Right, thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video. As always, please like, share and subscribe. I'll be truly thankful. And I hope you and your families are staying safe and well. And I'll see you in another episode. Bye bye.